Hey, everybody. It's May 30th, 2021. This is Par for the Discourse. I'm Nicole coming to you from Madrid, and this is Erica coming to you from Brooklyn. So basically just to catch up here, every week we get together, talk about our observations, how things are changing. We've been doing this now since March of 2020. So really right in the heart of the pandemic and now coming slowly out of it and how things have changed since then. So I have to say, like, we do this every week. You know, during the week, you get some observations, you get some thoughts, and you comment, and something funny comes out of it in the end because out of every trauma and drama, we see the humor, right?
I think
But
so.
I do have to say that this week, and I'm just going to apologize right now, I don't have anything funny to say. All right. This week I've been annoyed at everyone and everybody and everything.
And you can't find the funny in it?
Well, I actually replayed this in my head the other day because Friday I saw a friend I haven't seen in a while, and our kids got together and we were talking, and Alex was at their house too. They have a big outdoor area, and one of his classmates lives in their building too. So he was playing, and so my friend said to me, "Well, that's her mother, like Alex's friend's mother. That's the mother of that girl." Like trying to tell me, like, if you want to go over and like introduce yourself or say hello. And I was like, why would I want to do that? I'm like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't know anybody in his class, any parents. I don't know the names of the kids. And then I go, I don't really care, actually. I have nothing to say to these people. And she's like, whoa, have you really gone even like she made some kind of comment like she thought it was funny, but then it was like, you're sinking lower. Like you're just getting worse. And I was like, well, the way people are behaving around me, what do they have to offer me here?
Maybe she's just getting to know you better.
That's a good point too. Well, she has known me for 10 years. She knows my sarcasm pretty well, but I'm just like, you know what? I don't like the way people are behaving and talking. I don't have room in my heart for love here. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I said that to a friend, I've mentioned, this, we've seen all this increase in the speed of life, from like when we were kids to technology. I mean, like
okay.
just the rap of life. And both of us live in cities. And this year being able to stop that and really slow down and go, wow, like things were moving too fast. Technology was moving too fast. Updates on your devices, and you have to buy new things all the time. It's too much. It's too fast. The amount of networking you're required to do to get your next job and the people you have to know and stay in touch with, it's overwhelming. There's no reason on Facebook that I need to be friends with my mother's ex coworker.
Yeah, I mean,
it all went too much, too fast, too far. And I, in reflecting on that with you in the last year, and really talking on the phone with people who I meant a lot to me, you just really easily can just not care about a whole lot of people because you can only care about so much. It's really been something, I think that has a lot to do with how hard it has been for me to step back into some sort of normalcy and watching people. I'm just, yeah, I would be the same way. I'd say, oh, okay, there she is over there. Do you want to meet her? No.
I got nothing to say.
Thank you for IDing her. Now I know who her child
Yeah,
is.
that's how I felt. But then later when I started playing that back in my head, I'm like, am I a dick? Or not so much am I a dick, do others perceive me as a dick? It could be.
Yeah, well.
But I've done a lot of tongue biting this week and just comments that are coming up, half cock theories that I just, you can think whatever you want about politics, health, whatever, fine. But don't try to convince me and change my thoughts on it, because it's just not going to happen. People coming up with non-scientific, in my observation, okay, well, your observation as what? Like, where's your degree from?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have one. Okay. What have you published on this topic? Oh, nothing. Okay. So your
I used to
observation.
always really, I loved debate. I used to love hearing other people's perspective on things, like, oh, that's an interesting way to look at it. I never looked at it like that before. But I more and more, we're so divided that when someone says something kooky, I don't even want to know what the source was that they got it from. I was telling you earlier, a friend of mine who is intelligent, educated, said to me, well, you know that New York City creates its own weather, and that's why it rains on the weekends. And I didn't want to know where that came from, because I thought, that's a rabbit hole I don't think I want to go
Yeah.
down. I mean, I know we're in Hudson Valley, the way that the jet streams go up the coast, the lake effects.
Wait, hold on right there. Hold on right there, because now
That was what she said.
you're falling into the trap now too, because you're getting all Al Roker on me, and you don't know shit about jet streams either. So
But that's why New York has the weather that it has. But why does it create it, and that's why it rains on the weekends? I don't know. Maybe there's something really to that. And if someone could post the link in the comment section of a legitimate article that explains this. But
let's do a study on that.
it's so kooky that I was like, let's change the subject.
You mean she didn't
Talk
pull out
about
she didn't pull out a barometer and and back this? Let me show you the barometric pressure.
Did she mean, like the commuters, like, or some kind of, I had no idea, but what I'm saying is, my point is, I didn't want to know. We're so far, like, people are getting information in so many places that, like, I just, if it seems like I don't think I want to know where that comes
Are we making this information up, or are we doing what, and I'm going to quote our favorite comedian Bill Burr on this, are we just going to do the old, well, back in the day we had a library with fiction section and nonfiction, and now with the internet it's all nonfiction.
Yeah. No, it's all.
This person told me 2 weeks ago, this nut. I was out in the country walking, and this person was with us, and some of us started sneezing from the pollen. So we're talking about the allergy season and how, like, yeah, every year it gets worse, it gets allergies. Someone told me that my daughter had an allergy, and I was like, no, she is not allergic. It's our bodies processing and changing. Now, again, here goes the rabbit hole. What does that even mean? What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
I mean, well, yeah, I don't know what that means. Oh,
can't you just say that you're allergic to the pollen? Oh, the dog hears somebody.
Yeah, his buddies are out walking. So
I can't talk to people anymore.
Yeah, because then you just, I mean, that sounds like a loaded answer. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yes, your bodies are adjusting to the change of season. Maybe that's what she meant. Maybe it's totally logical. But it sounds like if you were to ask her to explain herself, it would go down a rabbit hole. It sounds like an anti-vaxxer type of conversation. Am I right?
Oh yeah, this is the same person who's like, we're all healthy, we exercise. I'm like, when this person's time comes up, when they're on their deathbed begging for morphine from the pain,
Right.
you downward dog your way out of it. Okay? Get yourself in a tree pose and say a prayer.
Did I ever tell you this?
Listen,
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I could tell this story appropriately.
I
I
bet
worked at this hardware store for a little bit of time, and the owner was a friend of ours. And he was an owner of the hardware store during 9/11. So he, at that time, it was down on Tribeca, Chambers Street. And he told us this story once that at the time, right after, people were coming in and buying those filters for their to purify the air in their apartments. And so it was like what everybody was coming in there to buy. They had to really like have a large stock of it because everybody in Tribeca was buying these filters for their apartment.
hang on a second.
Alex.
Okay.
Alex got a haircut.
Don't come back.
Alex got a haircut.
We buzzed him. Okay, so the high demand in air filters.
Yeah. So people would come in and ask all kinds of, questions about what if this, what if that, what mask should I buy, blah, 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 for their go bags. And this guy's an older guy. He's from Minnesota. I'm sorry, Michigan. And he's just a real guy. He's really funny. And he would tell these people, well, we don't have that, like whatever they wanted that they didn't carry. He said, well, we don't have that, but you go across the street to the yoga studio and you could take a class on how to bend over and put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Because that's what you're gonna need to know how to do if you're living here and something happens.
I love that. That's great.
And I don't know how many times he would tell it, but he would tell us that that's what he would tell people because they were coming, this is like really like 2002. You remember when I was working at the Slum Foundation, there were all these, bomb threats, if there's something released on the street, do you stay inside? Do you, it was just a really dark time to be talking about, threats on the subways and all of these things that were probably still, potentially, going on. And no one's, the discussion of getting prepared is really daunting because if you don't know what's going to happen, what I'm going to do, carry around 5 different types of masks. And so that was his answer. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. No, I like that. I want to know what the response to that was. Like, I wonder.
They probably turned around and left and started ordering their stuff on Amazon. Yeah, that's why the place
came back again. The guy went bankrupt and that was it. No.
Yeah, the place went out of business, so they couldn't keep the doors open. But he's charming as all hell.
Got to appreciate the honesty, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I also wanted to talk about, so I thought like, as we're continuing on into like year 2, but we're like reflecting, I thought last week when you were talking about the pissing in the hallway, if you guys like go back and listen to last week's, it was hilarious. And the whole time I'm listening to your story about the dog piss in the elevator and how your neighbor didn't have enough paper towels to clean it up. I just thought like, wow, look how far we've come. Because if a year prior, we didn't want to even see our neighbors or be anywhere near anybody. And just that was annoying a year later, where you said it would have been radioactive if that happened a year ago.
Oh yeah, we would have been like, I would have had to bring myself to a laboratory if I had gotten into contact with that a year ago.
You would have been going out there in a hazmat suit to leave the house. Yeah.
Something straight out of like ET.
Yeah, you would have like called the housing, the people, have them evicted. These people need to be removed.
I would have called NASA too, probably. I don't know what they have to do with it, but probably they could have helped.
I didn't say it last week, but I commend you for just being completely annoyed with your neighbors and not,
So
having a,
annoyance is, being annoyed is a good sign then. Is that what you're saying? Like that shows that we're getting back to, I was annoyed by that, but I didn't really, it's a good sign because
sure,
I'm accepting it a little bit more.
sure. Well, uh, another thing that we, I had been going back and I looked at, this was like around the time last year when George Floyd was killed and all these protests started. And
Mm.
I watched this video of me talking about it, you and I talking about it. And I was really I probably didn't make a lot of sense if I look back, because I had showed this flyer that said spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. And I was totally annoyed by it. And
I don't
when I
know.
watched that, I'm like, wow, I'm such an asshole. I was annoyed by it, but I was annoyed at people putting up these positive messages that aren't really being reflected because there is just this hatred going on. That why bother putting up these positive messages? And I thought, wow, Erica, you're really not very hopeful.
See, when you tell a story like that, it's hard for me to get on the other side because I'm right there with you. I'm like, well, I have that same attitude also. Like, why aren't you getting angry? Like, why are you trying to make a light of this now? Like, it's, sometimes you want people to get pissed off and angry with you, but it's for the right reason. Like, don't put a positive spin on something that doesn't have one.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of street art out there right now that's just this like positive vibes only type of message, and it does irritate me, but I just sound more like a curmudgeon when I say that, because I guess somebody could see it and go, oh, that's so nice, and maybe take the positive message and just leave it at that. But I just think, like, why bother putting that up? um
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, years since George Floyd, and I, it's this is going to be an interesting summer.
I mean, you guys are, I think, coming out of things a little bit quicker than we are here.
Oh, well, I was saying this to you before. I was on a call with somebody from Belgium.
Mm.
No, Netherlands. That guy was from the Netherlands. And two other New Yorkers were on the call, and he was being very honest with all of us, saying he'll be getting his vaccine sometime in October and hopes to see us by the end of the year, because he wants to come to New York and meet everybody, because we've been working on this project. And I knew that that was realistic from talking to him and talking to you. And the other two people were like the look on their face on this Zoom call, they didn't understand. And I don't.
Well, that kind of attitude is like, I don't, what goes on outside of my bubble, I don't know what's going on in the rest
I
of
know. And then you go, well, you can't blame people for, not being able to see outside what's going on in their world. But yeah, the facts are that we are incenting people state by state at different levels to get the vaccine by a lottery, giving away free things, giving away donuts. I mean, there's all kinds of things to incent people to get.
You have to wave
And
a
you,
Krispy Kreme donut in front of someone's face to get a vaccine. I mean, we've hit a new low here.
I mean, and that's the saddest part about it is, and there's nothing funny about this. I hate it. But Michelle Obama was really advocating for healthy foods in the schools,
Yeah.
and educating people on healthy eating. And that just all went down the drains. And I hope that, yeah, that message has gotten really lost. Like, taking care of ourselves and our bodies is preventative medicine. So on that point with yes, we are healthy. We have to take care of ourselves. But, medicine is real and science is
Yeah,
real.
come on.
I mean, the United States is an over-medicated place. I mean, the healthcare system is really fucked up. So I do understand with the notion of trying to take care of yourself first before, preventative and yoga is good.
Hey, I'm all for exercise and all that. That doesn't solve all the problems either. Like,
Right. Yeah. My week has been crazy. If you can tell, the bookshelf has been in disarray behind me. I had my second shot scheduled for Thursday afternoon. My landlord decided that he wanted to have his workers come and paint our ceilings. They needed to be repainted, scraped and completely repainted. So this whole room and the dining room had to get moved to the back of the apartment. It was a hell of a week here. It was not on my schedule. 20 minutes before I went to get my second vaccine, I was on a chair putting stuff back on the shelves, and the chair fell out from underneath me, and I think I broke my toe. I don't know if it's broken, but it's black and blue.
you jammed it. Yeah.
I jammed it. I think I jammed it. It's black and blue and it's gnarly. And then we had to go get our shots, our second shot. And so that was Thursday night. And Friday,
did you hobble down there, or what did you do?
it was, it's my second toe next to my big toe. And I was just I wore these like slides, like sandals that I don't know if I wasn't bending, like flexing my foot. It was okay. Actually, it wasn't sore until the next day. It was like throbbing.
Oh, so you got there and you're like, give me the jab, and then can someone like put a splint on this thing here?
It was hilarious. So all day yesterday, I was kind of waiting to start feeling sick, but I don't know, maybe I just was a little tired. I think I'm okay. My arm was very sore.
You're not like hoping you get a symptom.
No, but because it was in my head, like, my mom told me to take 2 Tylenol, and she kept checking in with me.
I think if you didn't get now, you're fine.
Yeah. And Ronnie felt fine. Both our arms were just sore, but so I'm slowly getting the apartment put back together, but it's been a hell of a week for me here too.
Damn, when it rains, it pours, huh?
Oh, yeah, and it's been raining. It's Memorial Day weekend and it's completely rained out here. It's 55 degrees. It is.
Damn, this is usually like barbecue pool opening day.
Yep. Rained out. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow too.
Usually Madrid is a little warmer than New York, but then we get to a point where we're pretty much the same. Although you've got that brutally humid weather and we've got the hot, dry weather. But just based on the way you and I are dressed today, this is like very extreme. I'm like ready to take all of this off. It's like 90 degrees.
Yeah, it was Thursday Thursday was hot actually, because I remember trying to like put back together, and when I fell off the chair, I think I was in like shorts and a tank top when I fell. Ronnie was taking a nap and it was such a loud bang, like he came running out of the bedroom, like he was trying to take a nap before the shot.
Oh God. Oh my God. Well, usually we have the air conditioner already has been on 2-3 weeks. In Madrid, like May is pretty hot. So I'm kind of glad that it hasn't been disgusting. Today's just the first day. I think it's starting off now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so we have Mara of Eastwood ending tonight. We'll have to talk about that.
Yes, really enjoyed that.
What else did I watch? Yeah,
Method is back on, so we will get on that, you and I.
Oh, yeah, I'll watch that. What was the cliffhanger of the last?
Don't remember. We kind of need to review that because it's been a while.
I like when they do those really extended recaps.
Yeah, I hope they do. Oh, listen, I remember. I remember a little bit. Paul Reiser was the father, who the girl was like dating, Paul Reiser. Am I saying his name right? I think that's what his name is. The guy from the actor from Mad About You, remember him?
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael Douglas's daughter was dating him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I remember, though. I don't remember what happened. He had a heart attack or something. Then what
I
happened?
need,
Then wasn't he dating someone? Michael Douglas was dating that British woman, medicine woman. The hell's
oh
her name?
yeah, medicine woman.
I don't remember her name.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Okay, so
So
what
basically, I just
did
told you nothing, so that's fine. Because
but what we did have a season finale of this week was our favorite show, This Is Us, and our prediction was wrong. We thought that NBC would do the right thing and realistically depict the extremely obese woman as possibly passing away of some disease or some heart attack because she's extremely unhealthy. And that was our prediction because there was a foreshadowing in the 2 seasons ago where Toby was in a bed by himself and we said, and they said something like, is he okay? And oh, he must be mourning.
no,
Well,
he
we
just went crazy. Probably is what happened.
learned this week that we were totally wrong. She's going to leave him for someone else and get married to this other guy who was her boss, which that was a twist. That was a twist that I could not have predicted. When you told me you better watch it and then we'll discuss, there's a big twist at the end. And I was yelling from
From the dust in the corner of your.
I was like in the back in the hoarded room with
Yeah.
all of the stuff from this room was all in the bedroom.
Like under a bookcase watching this thing.
Yeah, and there were guys in here scraping and painting, and I had my headphones on, and all of a sudden I just go, what? Like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because that's the actor from, you said he was in Modern Family,
Yeah.
also in the show that I just watched, You're the Worst, where he's the most sarcastic guy. And we even said, like, when he appeared on This Is Us, he had a mask on when he met Kate. And I said, like, there's no way, like, he is just, is he that good of an actor that they're going to somehow show this love interest between the two of them?
No, we never thought that.
I can't believe it. I think they're going to,
You're predicting something else?
I think they're going to skip ahead to this point in the future, because how are they going to show, I don't want to see Kate leave Toby and get together with this guy. Let's just jump into they're married now because I don't believe any of it.
All right, let's do that.
Let's just skip ahead 4 years or whatever it was.
Get to the point and get on with it.
Because what did he say? I'm a 45-year-old man. I don't want to see Kate leave Toby. Like that's not interesting to me at all. I don't want to see her fall in love with her boss.
I don't think you're right. I think they're going to show what leads up to all of that. I'm going to say that
I thought for a while that something was gonna happen with the neighbor.
Oh, yeah, I did. I kind of thought that too. Yeah.
The neighbor was sweet on her.
Yeah. Well,
all right, let's just change the name of this podcast to This Is Us recap.
Well, thanks for meeting and airing your grievances.
Yes, thank you. Felt good, right?
We'll get together next week and do the same thing.
It must be therapeutic, right?
Hopefully in better spirits, but hey, it is what it is. All right. Bye.